Welcome to PenTellectual Conversations. You've just stepped into a space where the mind meets the soul. A place where poetry and conversation collab to form a silky, smooth vibe that flows like smooth jazz. Dope poetry, deep dialogue, and unapologetically real energy. So pour your favorite drink, light one up if that's your rhythm, and let the world outside melt away. So sit back, relax, and let's get into tonight's hot topic.
What's good, PenTellectuals? Welcome back to the first episode of the 2026 year, season 2 of PenTellectual Conversations. Man, it's been a little ride, man. I'm glad we back. I ain't know what to do with myself on Tuesdays. So I want to open up this year with someone who understands that poetry is not just something you perform. It's something that you build, something that you hold space for and handle with care. Tonight's guest is a spoken word artist, host, and curator who creates immersive poetic experiences where vulnerability meets wit, sensuality meets social reflection, and language becomes a shared experience. Shai Moonlight is a name that carries weight in rooms where poetry is treated as both art and community. As a curator, she has created intentional platforms like Yams, Erotic Poetry Slam, Elevated Sundays, PEACE, Greek Slam, and Shaku Slam. If I said that wrong, correct me when you come up here. These spaces are designed not just for performance, but for connections. As a host, she brings both charisma and structure to the room, guiding experiences like the Jam Session, Spit It Out Improv Poetry Game Show, and She Dark Those Showcase. And as a performer, her presence spans both literary platforms and competitive stages, always showing up with intentions, authenticity, and purpose. She doesn't just perform poetry, she elevates it. So PenTellectuals, please help me welcome the amazing artist, the first conversation of 2026, the artist known as Shai Moonlight.
Peace.
What's good, baby?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm great. I see before we started the show, we already got some shenanigans kicked off. So yeah, this is going to be fun.
Yes.
So let's go ahead, tap on in here just a little bit, man. Shout out to Poppy for that tap on in. That ain't my saying, that's her. For people meeting you for the very first time, who is Shai Moonlight beyond the mic?
Beyond the mic, I am Brittany Jones. I am somebody's child and sister and 3 somebody's mamas. I work a job in healthcare, but overall, who I am as a person is just me. And what you see is what you get. I am a Black woman. I have a passion for all things feminine and Black and mental health related. And those, even though that's who I am outside of poetry, all of those things tie into my poetry. So that's who I am. I can give you I am Brittany Jones, Executive Secretary of Peace, Program Outreach, Poetry, Entertainment, Arts, Community, and Education. I am also Shai Moonlight, spoken word artist, aka Yams, the erotic poetess. You can also call me Miss Prissy, the Southern Belle.
Damn. Well, that's how you answer a question, damn it.
That's who I am.
So where did poetry first enter your life? Like, was it something you found or was it something that found you?
I think it's a little bit of both. So I knew of poetry. I don't think I ever intentionally wrote a poem until I was about 14 years old. But I called myself a songwriter as a little kid. I loved music. And I would write little songs, which I guess were poems, and I would write poems for assignments and things like that. But then in 2000, I discovered Jill Scott, baby, and that's all she wrote. That is all she wrote. I discovered Jill Scott and neo soul first. And then in listening to Jill's debut album, and what she says is, I love to write poetry, I love to sing. I love to write poetry. I love to read my poetry, but most of all, that's how I found spoken word in the way that I know it now. I went down a rabbit hole as much as I could in the early 2000s of deaf poetry and performances here and there and every neo-soul artist I could possibly find. When I was 14, though, so like a couple years later, as a very angsty 14-year-old, as we all are, I bought a notebook for the intention of writing poetry. I felt like I didn't have a voice, or at least my voice wasn't being heard. And so I said, you know what? I put it on paper, and then I don't need any approval or response or anything from anybody else. So I've been a written word artist since I was 14.
Oh, I think I started writing at like 12, but I didn't have the confidence to get in front of anybody until I was about 24, something like that.
Yeah, so for me, it was 12 to 36. I didn't get on the stage until last year. Outside of poetry, like forums and websites, or even like, close personal friends or past relationships, I would write a poem for on a holiday. But other than that, I did not share my poetry until I keep saying last year, now that's 2024.
So do you remember the moment you realized that your voice could move a room?
I don't know that I know that yet. That my voice can move a room. I don't know that my voice moves a room now. I don't know if I've ever thought about it that way.
Well, I remember the first time I heard you spit was on TikTok, I believe.
Okay.
And you shut that space down quickly. So if I have to answer the question for you, I'll say it was that beautiful, crisp nights in winter on TikTok where you introduced yourself as Yams and you went in.
Okay.
Huzzah!
Huzzah.
Hey, all right, so there's this show called
sorry, go ahead.
The Huzzah thing is the show called The Great, and they say it through the whole show. I don't know what it means yet, but it makes.
Is it just like a declaration, like?
Yeah, anytime something happens, huzzah! Like, cool, I like that now.
That's got some power behind it. I like that.
Your work, all right. So your work blends vulnerability, wit, sensuality, social reflection. Which of those came naturally, and which of those did you have to grow into?
I think the mental health kind of vulnerable poems come the most naturally to me, because that's the reason I started writing. Again, I was this angsty teenager who didn't know how to express. I didn't have another way of expressing myself. I didn't have another artistic outlet. So all of my poetry from 2002 is sad. But then you look at it as a 14-year-old sad. So it's like, girl, really? But even now at my big age and having been through some,
those are real emotions.
Having been through some stuff, they are. But like for real. But yeah, even now, that is the way that I am most easily able. I got other resources, and I don't bite my tongue as much as I used to. But I'm gonna put it on paper first. I'm gonna get that feeling or emotion out, pen to paper, before anything else. So those come the easiest to me. And then after that would be a love poem. Love poetry.
That was probably the hardest subject for me to write for a long time.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, erotic poems comes easy. Like,
yeah,
I can do those without a problem. Mental health pieces, I don't have a problem writing those. But when it came down to love pieces, man, I'm just really getting into my love bag for real. At one point in time, fuck love. Love wasn't nothing but a 4-letter word, like fucking shit. Like,
yeah, I don't disagree.
But it's become a genre that I'm really starting to like to write about.
Good. Love poems are just the best.
I mean, I've heard some of your pieces, and I have my favorites. I have some favorites by Shai Moonlight. Then there's Everyone by Yams. I'm good with it's every single fucking one. All right. So, what's something like early career Shai believed about poetry that you had to unlearn later in your poetic journey?
I'm going to specifically speak to like the spoken word poetry community aspect of it. I'm still new here. I am but a toddler as a spoken word artist. So as a person who just attended, open mics and poetry shows, showcases, whatever they were, I always looked at it from the outside in. I know why I write poetry. And I don't know if I just projected my reasoning, like everything that these people are saying is true to them, because I can only write what's true to me. I am learning, or have learned over the past year and a half. Let me give this example. There was a poet who did a poem about a struggle that I was currently going through. And I didn't tell that person at that time of like, oh my God, girl, that really touched me because me too. But then like some months later, she was like, I ain't never in my life had that issue. And I was appalled. So the thing that I've learned the most is that for some people, poetry is a sport. For some people, or like a sport first, because it can be a sport for me too. I've been slamming. I'm getting into a more not necessarily competitive space, but that mindset. But for some people, poetry is strictly entertainment. I'm gonna write what's going to get a reaction, and whether or not it's true to me, whether I've experienced it firsthand, regardless of anything, I know this. Like you said, move a room. I know this is going to move a room, so that's what I'm going to write about. Yeah.
You get that a lot though, and like I've never put it in terms of poetry being a sport. But that's like the perfect description for a few people.
Yeah.
I know this is an area where if I can make somebody feel some type of way, like I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna take the most tear jerking subject matter and write about it and don't know anything about it. That's
right.
But I mean, people do it in music. People do
Yeah.
like it happens. So yeah, with knowing that you may be in the presence of people at times that treat poetry as a sport when you treat it, like a lot of us, as a form of therapy. Does that influence how you perform around these people?
Absolutely not. What influences the way I perform would be the room, the event, the crowd. But other poets, and if somebody's gonna come in with some straight slam poetry energy, and then the next person comes in and reads from their book, and that's not going to make me decide one word. I'm gonna still do what I came in there to do in the way that I wanted to do it, based on how I feel in that space, not necessarily about anybody else. Now I have had to learn that there are several times where I've gone into a space, become intimidated or questioned myself, and did something different than I planned to in slam, but also just in like on any mic. I just question myself, second guess myself for whatever reason, and either perform something differently, didn't include the edits that I just, implemented and practiced for the last week, stuff like that. But it's not usually any other person. It's all in here.
I have to admit, at times I'm still a victim of that. Like, I can be in an open mic space and I have, what I want to perform. And then I'll pretty much just read the room. And
Yeah.
then I'll hear the energy of the other poets and be like, okay, they're pretty much in this lane. I don't want to change the energy of the room. So,
Yeah.
so that I have fallen victim to that. So that's something I know I need to work on. So thank you for bringing that to the forefront. I got to fix some shit.
We're all working on it.
All right, I'm gonna ask you one more question before I get out of the way, and these people, that are here, the reason why they are. What does authenticity mean to you when you're on stage?
what does authenticity mean to me when I'm on stage? I think it means the same to me as when I'm off stage or in any space. Is I say what I mean and I mean what I say. And I hope that those things come across. So my name, Shai Moonlight. The moonlight is significant to me because it is light and darkness. It is ever present. You can see it in the middle of the day. You can see it shining through some clouds. It's going to change. It might be over here tonight and over there tomorrow, but it's constant, it's consistent, and you know it's up there. And it's illuminating. So I hope maybe this answers the question. Authenticity to me on stage means that I'm bringing light to something, bringing light to people, bringing light to the room, even if it's just one person in that space that maybe needed to hear these words or like the tone of my voice. Whatever it is, I hope it brings lightness, whether that's illumination or a light feeling, light in weight. Get the heaviness up off you.
Okay. That's dope. That's dope. Well, we are ready for you to be unapologetically authentic at this moment while we hear your first three pieces. So at this moment, the mic is yours.
Thank you. This first piece I'm going to do, I call Balance. And here it goes. My LPC, THC, and SSRI keep me level. Each are equally necessary, one balancing out the other, all working together in my favor. Trust me, I tried just faith, prayer, and supplication. I figured that he would be all that I need, and if I just laid this shit at his feet, he would take these struggles away from me. Because when it rained down on me, it poured until floodwaters rose, leaving just my nose sat atop. God, why? Because you know I can't swim. And now I am drowning and panicking and stress and depression. I want to give up and just go down, but I got these kids depending on me. So you see, emotional intelligence had to be my life raft. Because when my loved ones brushed off sincere cries for help, sometimes disguised in laughter, but never in lies, I vehemently sought out therapy. My EAP introduced me to my LPC, and sis is the perfect fit for me. She is sister locked, sleeved in Greek, a divine nine pairing made in self-care heaven, has helped unpack parts of my past long ago stored on shelves in my mind I hadn't seen in years. And I'm proud of you from her. Nearly brings me to tears because she knows me, not this version of me that you see today. Now, I will just say that if you have something infused that I can drink or smoke or chew, then I will take two because it tends to help elevate my mind and body. And I tend to also have an appetite in these times. Otherwise, eating can sometimes be a struggle for me. So yes, occasionally, recreationally, I may or may not partake in some THC. Then there's the medication I used to be ashamed to admit that I take. My PCP prescribed my SSRI. And SSRI is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. It's a classification of medications meant to help many for many different reasons. But most importantly, just know that for most of us, it helps us feel the way we would should our portion have been chemicals naturally in balance. But since it wasn't, it takes work for us to find the perfect formula. What works for me may not work for you. But regardless, be honest with yourself. Stay true to what you know you need. Be a good person. Sow good seeds. Just find your balance. That's that piece. Next poem. Let's see, do I have it committed to memory? I'm sure I do. It's called Now Then Again, another mental health piece. Every now and then my mind runs so fast I almost lose it. In fact, I have a time or two, but grace and mercy allowed me to catch up. I am educated, medicated, therapized, and still I find myself sinking again. Longing for non-existence, teetering that ever so fine line between coping and existence. Why won't this thing loose me? After all the altar calls, still I find more peace in alcohol, and I am tired. But my therapist says she's proud of me, that I've made so much progress, and I agree today. But what about tomorrow? When my chemicals get to imbalancing again, then all I can do is focus on it. All I can do is ruminate on change. Let's run that back. But what do I do when my chemicals get to imbalancing again? When focusing on affirmations, gratitude, and moon phases make no changes, and all I can do is ruminate on what could have been and what should have been. What would have been praying, God, please, do I want to? Deserve to? Can I make it through this feeling again? Poem. Last depression piece. I call it the Tony poem, and I'm gonna give this very quick intro. If you watched Catfish, this episode where Antoine got catfished by this dude on the chat line, and his cousin, female cousin, was actually the one who catfished him using a dude named Tony. And they said, "Well, what voice did you use?" And she said the Tony voice. She got real deep with it, right? So my person, one of my favorite people in life, one of my best friends, Bugsy Calhoun, the illustrious Bugsy Calhoun, the legendary Bugsy Calhoun. It personified my depression by calling it Tony, an abusive partner. So this is the Tony poem. That was a lot of explanation. Allow me to introduce you to an evil motherfucker, an antagonist of the worst kind, absolutely insistent on terrorizing my mind. He is my enemy. But for some reason, I just can't get rid of him, and I've tried everything. I stood at the altar. I told my pastor, stood at the altar with my arms outstretched, praying for deliverance from this toxic relationship. I told my therapist, girl, I am tired of this. I am ready to prepare an exit plan, ready to stop feeling deserving of this constant self-loathing. This relationship has run its course. But of course, it just can't be that simple. See, these soul ties remain so tight. I need a mindset shift to lift this hold he has on me. I've got to get him out of my system. Got to reprogram every destructive program downloaded in my childhood, now being backed up and reinforced by him. Unfortunately, he knows me so well, so he is well aware of all of my buttons and triggers. He tries me daily. Like a parasite, he gets under my skin. But this relationship is so far from symbiotic, it is nothing but detrimental to me. He calls me all outside my name, tells me all the things that I will never be. He makes it clear to me daily just how much he hates me, but I hate him more. He's just so hard to ignore because he has been my most consistent partnership. But like a leech, he sucks me dry, rots on my couch while I slave day in and day out, healing, fighting, healing. He taunts me, adorned in his raggedy white tee, left hand on his nuts, right hand on the game controller, expecting king treatment. And he gets it. I play the balancing act, LPC, THC, SSRI, relapse, repeat. I carry all of these things until they become so heavy I just about break. That's when he finally lets up, but really just enough for me to feel almost normal. But see, we've been here before. So I am looking around every corner and behind every door. I just know that as soon as I think he's gone, depression's bitch ass will be right back looking for me. Now, ain't that something? Can't live with him. Don't know how without. It's that piece. Thank you.
You had me in emotional.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm a
Did
gangster.
I move the room?
You moved the room.
Yeah.
You moved the room. I'm over here trying to still be a gangster and shit. I done relit my blunt and everything, trying to.
Okay, me too.
Man, that was simply amazing. That was a beautiful set, man.
Thank you.
Like depression is something that needs to be talked about, especially amongst our community. You know, it's a lot of us grew up with that. You know, go pray about it. Like, no, it's sometimes it takes a little bit more than that. Yeah. You know what? Fuck Tony. Straight up.
Thank you. Fuck Tony.
Oh, man. All right. So we getting ready to take a short little break real quick, man. Pay a couple of bills. We're going to start off with what's going on with the team of PenTellectuals. So let's start with right here, featuring our very own Dora Kalima, aka the community poet. This event will happen on Saturday, January 31st, 2026. Doors open at 6 p.m. Showtime starts at 6:30. The after show is at 8:45. Food and drinks are available for purchase, and there's a 100 cash prize giveaway. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. My best friend gonna be at that. She gonna cut up like she always do. Next thing we got going on right here, this is all things PenTellectual. If you would like to be a guest on PenTellectuals, if you would like to buy merch, if you would like to submit your music so that you can be the soundbite artist of the week, right there is the QR code that you can use to handle all that. Or you can contact us on our Facebook or our Instagram page. If you would like to donate to the movement of PenTellectual Conversations, our cash app right now is scrolling because, again, this is not just a show. This is a movement, and movement needs finance. So there's no donation too small, no donation too big. Coming up, we have tomorrow. Oh, excuse me. My bad. Coming up later on this month, we have Sensual Saturdays featuring Amazon Bond. We're going to have erotic poetry, music, burlesque, food, a BDSM demo, games. I've been to one of these shows, and it is absolutely phenomenal. Spotlight artist is my mentor, my big brother, the walking erotica, and hosted by the incredible, the amazing, the ultra beautiful General J. Simone. Early bird tickets is $15. It's $25 at the door. You got the address on the flyer. My eyes ain't good enough for that. Tomorrow, it's time for the energy to come back to wherever the fuck you're from. We got Poppy's Poetry Corner, man, tuning in tomorrow on a new time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. So make sure y'all tune in to the corner. This will be season 4 of Poppy's Poetry Corner. That deserves a round of applause in itself, man. Shout out to Keynotes and the team over there, Poppy's Poetry Corner, man. Shout out. Now, it's time for some music. Y'all ready to hear some music?
Yeah.
So there's a young man in my hometown from Alexandria, Louisiana. Shout out A-Town. It's a lot of talent out there. It's a whole lot of talent. And these youngsters, they coming through with their music. They're saying what they love. They're doing their thing. So I want to introduce everybody to Zilla 1900 with Pick Your Partner Up. Let's hear it.
Pick a partner. Get your partner. Yeah. Alright, I'm known to shit down. He wanna talk, but he can't be about it. Walk his partner down. I'm trying to see if he gon' see about it. Wet him up in cars, park as people started tweeting about it. Catch me down bad and all my people get to tweaking about me. Bitch, we hard heads, we never known for the stand down. Took his mojo up in jail and made the pussy nigga check out. What's the word with this nigga? Got the nerve to be repped out. You knowin' you a beast, so why the fuck you got your chest out? Got a beam on top this bitch, I'm trying to see him when I hit him. You know Q gon' work him out, I guarantee that he don't miss him. Put a nigga in the kitchen in the mix, I'm finna blend him. I got shooters on command, you play, we tearing up the city. Tell him pick his partner up, yeah, get his partner up. Tell him pick his partner up, yeah, get his partner up. Tell him pick his partner up, get his partner up, get his partner. Pussy bitch, go get your partner. I said bitch, go dig your partner up. I know the feeling hurt, know the devil on me bad. I tried to drill inside the church, knock the pound barrel off like bitch, you supposed to die first. About to launch a clothing business, put your face up on the shirt. I got rules in this bitch, you disobeyed and it's a penalty. Thugging out in Dallas, but I still can make the city bleed. Ask that nigga from my hood what happened with the last nigga and how he got popped. We took a bullet for that rat nigga. Tell him pick his partner up, get his partner up. Tell him pick his partner up, get his partner up. Tell him pick his partner up, get his partner up, get his partner. Pussy bitch, go get your partner. I say bitch, don't get your feelings hurt. You thought I was your nigga. I'm just hunting for your brother, so I lied and said I love you. Me and my niggas stick together like a NFL huddle. Got a button on this bitch, I'm trying to burn shit like Usher. Tell him pick his partner up, ain't trying to squabble up. How you trying to go to war, but you ain't got your dollars up? I'm the leader in this shit, everybody follow us. I ain't trusting now, so but this Glock I'ma trust. Tell him pick his partner up, get his partner up. Tell him pick his partner up, get his partner up. Tell him pick his partner up, get his partner up, get his partner. Pussy bitch, go get your partner up. I ain't trusting now, so but this Glock I'ma trust. I ain't trusting now, so but this Glock I'ma trust.
Billion Shades.
That was Zilla 1900. Pick your partner up. You can follow him on Instagram under the same name of Zilla 1900. Follow him on YouTube as well under the same name. These little youngsters got a lot of energy, bro. Like, I got tired. I got tired with him while he's in the dance, and I'm trying to dance with him. And I said, fuck it. Let me just light this back up because I'm tired now. I'm old. I'm sweating. My forehead's shining. Like, it's
Pull my fan back out for you. You need a fan?
You know what? I like that fan, but I don't like that fan because, like, the fan looks like it's keeping you cool, but it looks like you got a dick with a propeller on it. And
Look, it's a bear.
It didn't look like no bear. It don't like no damn bear. That looked like a toy.
It does. It does.
It's a multi-purpose fan. Let me go call it that. Oh man. All right, so let's go ahead and get back into it. What's the funniest or most unexpected thing that's happened to you at a poetry event? Love you back.
Funniest or most unexpected? I don't know about unexpected, but I'll tell you this. So I have my youngest daughter has autism, and my oldest daughter went to college in August. So there's been a lot more of bringing my youngest kids to shows with me. So Miss Jayla has been featured on several poems since August. So she's been on stage with me. I am being a mama, wrangling my child and performing my piece. So that's a little unexpected, I guess. It's not normal. It's not the huge. You might see her in some of the pictures that I posted too. She's sitting off to the side of the stage or right in front of me, sometimes right next to me. But yeah, that's all I got. It's all been pretty normal for me so far.
How does that feel though? Like, because just listening to it is like that. It just sounds happy. Like, does that? How good of it?
It's not. I'm going to be. You told me be honest, and I couldn't lie to you if I wanted to. Poetry is and spoken like shows. Let me just put it that way. Shows and poetry is the only thing that I feel like I have for myself. And it has been for a very long time. I've been a mama since 2007. So anytime I went out, I was never a club girl. I never was out in the streets ripping and running. It was, where is the poetry happening? And I would go cop me a seat in the corner and dip out. And so now that I'm performing, and this is a space where I'm with friends and I'm not in the cut, it's a little debilitating. It's a little, I can't focus as much on performing, even though I don't take her to like paid features. I'm talking about the local open mic at the African store up the street. So like that is a space where I know it's okay for her to be, but still I can't, there's certain things I can compartmentalize, but when my kids are in the room, I can't. It's harder for me to focus solely on the poetry and my people and not them, especially her, because she does have her differences, being a distraction, not even just during my performance, but being a distraction on other people's performances, or people feeling like they have to censor themselves because my kids are in the room. So it's not a happy feeling. I am blessed to be able to take them with me to certain things and not to have to miss out on things completely, because there are spaces they are welcome in. But I just would like to have one thing that is just for me. Just one.
Just for you. Like nobody else.
But I found, listen, I have come, it is what it is. If I do 5, that's a lot, 5 shows a month. Let's say if there's a show every week, I would only have to take them to 1. So that's okay. I can deal with that.
Okay.
But ideally, I don't want to.
What made you want to start curating spaces instead of only performing?
I was given the opportunity. So again, my name is Shai for a reason. I am a shy person. A lot of people don't think that. Right now, I'm in my space. I'm talking to you and there are people watching, but there's not a bunch of people around me. So I feel more comfortable being myself. But out in public, around people I don't know, I am a recluse. I am a hermit. I am in the cut. I'm in the corner. That is who and how I am. What was your question? Hold on.
What made you want to curate spaces instead of only performing?
Okay, that's what it was. So me performing was a stretch in and of itself. When I got the opportunity to guest host that same show that I'm able to take my kids to, called the Jam Session, it's every month. Bugsy Calhoun and Winter Storm have been doing this show for 6 years in this space. And she wasn't available for a few months at the end of 24. And so I had the opportunity, who wants to co-host? And I was just saying yes to everything. I was new. I'm still new. But anything poetry, somebody will do it, me. Somebody will host this, me. And so I guest hosted that show. And another friend of mine, another poet, opened an event space and wanted to do a poetry night. She's not charging us anything. Wasn't just, I want to do poetry. Who wants to host it? Me. I'll do it. So the opportunity presented themselves, and I took them. Scared. And I'm only just now, and that's a year of Elevated Sundays that I've been doing, and that's the show that my friend in her event space. And then those 3 shows I've hosted and co-hosted game shows since then. All of those things that I never saw myself doing, but because I had the opportunity to do it and it kind of felt okay, and I didn't crash and burn, I kept doing it.
So what does it take, like emotionally, for you to hold space for other people's truth? Like some people pieces are very emotionally heavy. So what does it take for you emotionally to hold these spaces and continue to just do what you're supposed to do as the host or curator of the show?
Also, as a host and curator, it's easy for me, I think, in all circumstances. So one thing that I like to say, because I did start performing older, and I didn't come into the poetry space or hosting space with the same mindset as a lot of people. So just, and not to say that their mindset is bad or wrong or whatever. It's just different. So for me, yes, this show is themed this is Yam's Erotic Poetry Slam, but at the open mic after, if you got some emotional shit you want to get off, like you said earlier, maybe it's going to change the feeling of the room, but I don't ever, whenever somebody says, are there content restrictions? No. That's it. This is poetry. And at every show I do, no matter every show that I host, and this is one thing that I've been saying more as I'm promoting it, is if it's my show, in any capacity, there will be an open mic. So regardless of the theme or the crowd or whatever, at the end of this, if y'all want to peace out after the erotic slam, these people got some poems they want to get off. And I'm not going to tell them that they have to be erotic because the show before this was an erotic show. So I think it's easy for me to hold space for people to express themselves in whatever way they want to. You know, they're obviously with limitations, but yeah, I don't find that difficult.
How do you balance like artistic freedom with emotional safety?
For myself personally?
Yeah, for you.
Artistic freedom with emotional safety. I write everything. I don't share everything I write. So I feel safe to put poetry for me doesn't have to be shared or posted or performed. It wasn't for 22 years. So I can get the poems out. I don't even have to revisit or edit them. And then if there is a poem like the Tony poem that didn't start like that, it started as a piece that I probably would never share, that somebody might want to call the people on me about. You know, it might have been a little bit too real and raw. You know,
we all got those. We all got at least one of those.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get the poem out in the way that it comes to me naturally. The way that it's performed and the way that someone else receives it might be not even watered down, but just altered a little bit for myself, because people do start to, people take everything as real life and they get to looking at you different and funny if they think they know something more about you. Well, you did that poem about, that assault, so I didn't know if you would be okay coming to, whoa. I don't want to don't make decisions for me or assumptions about me, because I am honest when I say that everything I write is true to me. However, people only know what I tell them, and that is how I keep myself emotionally safe.
I'm learning to be more emotionally open with my writing. And as freeing as it feels, like once it's on paper, it's hurtful still. But it's like it feels like the weight has been lifted, but the shit's still heavy.
Yeah.
So for someone who deals with that, um, what advice would you give those artists who they're using it for therapy, they're writing it to get this thing off of them, and they got it written out, but on paper it made everything just as real as it did in their head, and it's still heavy. Where do they go from there?
I don't know that I have advice for that. For many years, I stopped writing because I was tired of writing sad poems. Because what is it? What did it do? Almost the way some people feel about therapy, and I understand that it's like I'm just talking about it, but it don't change nothing. And so that's kind of how I felt when I would write. When I was in just different phases of life. I can't even say it was the darkest of phases, but I just remember there was a long period of time, several years, maybe at least 5, where I didn't write because it didn't make a difference. But I also held in so much. And so for somebody who feels like writing it not necessarily makes it worse, but it's not changing anything. And what's the point? The point is purging. Almost, I have a hard time crying around other people. And several people have said to me, like, why are you wiping? Like, I'm wiping them before they even get here. I'm like, why are you wiping them tears? You need to get them out. There's something in you that is coming out. It is cleansing. It is a release. And I would say that you put it on the paper and you still feel heavy, but how much heavier would you imagine the weight had you not put it on the paper? It might have been heavier. If you didn't get it out in some way, it's an unpacking thing. You take one piece of whatever off the back of the truck is still full. It's still some more shit you got to get out the back of the truck. It's a process. So I would say that stopping yourself with the writing, that's also not going to change shit. It might make it worse. Might make you feel worse because now it's just in you.
Yeah, like it's times I put stuff on paper and it still hurt, but it's like you're absolutely right. If I didn't do that, and now it's just sitting in me, it's gonna fester, it's become poison, and ain't no telling how it'll come out
I'm the
later.
person where I used to let shit build and build and build, and I would combust. And trust me, you didn't want to be around when that shit happened. And people be like, that came out of nowhere. No, I just bit my tongue and was holding a whole lot of stuff in for a lot, and to the point where I just couldn't anymore. Mm-hmm. Get that little bit off on the paper, and then maybe you won't combust. I don't know.
You know what? I could have took that all type of ways. I just the way you said it, Yams. I thought Yams was talking at that moment.
Explode. Ooh, that better?
Too late. You said bust. It's too late.
And
it's already been said.
And that's just
combust. Like he.
Yikes.
Oh man. All right, so I'm gonna ask you a couple more questions before I get out of your way again for these last 3 pieces. What does growth look like for you in this year of 2026?
Oh, I'm working in 2026. When I started taking spoken word artistry seriously, a lot of people were like, as soon as you start curating shows, as soon as you start putting business and logistics and all this stuff behind it, you're going to lose your love for the art. And it's only been a year, but I haven't yet. But I have a lot of plans and things. I've got a lot of shows. I'm reaching out to people for features and shows. And outside of spoken word, I have a nonprofit. So growth for me looks like maintaining the momentum that I've built and building on it, while still keeping my purpose and my reason for writing. I don't want to conform to anything for the sake of anything. I just want to continue to be me, be Shai, but start making some money off of this. Maybe a little bit here.
Straight up.
Just a little bit. And it don't even, I slowly but surely, I'm new here. A few people be like, girl, you can't keep saying that. But like in my mind, I don't want to have unrealistic expectations simply because I have this vigor and drive in me. I just know that I want to make slow and steady progress while staying true to me and making a name for myself.
All right, I got two more questions.
All right.
What advice would you give poets who feel unseen but gifted?
Do it anyway.
Mm.
Do it anyway. Even if that means find a room where you don't know anybody. There's no chance of you knowing. There's no reason for you not to get on this stage other than your nerves. You don't have to worry about seeing none of these people again. You don't have to worry about, like if or even start with like, I'm super comfortable right here in my room. Record it and put it out. Post it somewhere. Start by sending it to friends and family. If you feel like it's something that you want, not even needs to be shared. If it's something you want to do it. Even if that means, because there's a few people who have been like, I'm nervous and I don't want to. And because I waited 22 years and was sitting in open mics almost on a monthly basis, never put my name on a list. You know how much time I wasted? It's part of the reason why I'm raising my hand for everything now. Who wants to do it? Me. Who wants to do me? Because I feel like I wasted so much time. Don't waste the time. If that means you get on the stage or you share your poem in whatever capacity on whatever platform this one time and you don't do it again for 10 years, cool. But you did it. That's it.
That's it. And the last question for now. What do you hope listeners take from tonight's conversation with you?
I hope that listeners just circle back to authenticity. They see that receive me as a genuine person, a poet who has a purpose outside of monetary gain and notoriety, but I genuinely love words, and I genuinely love poetry, and I genuinely love spoken word. I hope that that's what y'all get. And then again, it always comes back to the moonlight. Hopefully, there's some moonlight shining up off me somewhere, and then you receive that in whatever way you need it tonight. That's what I hope.
No doubt, no doubt. So I'm getting ready to get out of your way and let you do 3 more pieces. Once you come back, we'll discuss what you got going on, and then you'll let everybody know where they can follow you and your pen. Until that moment, the mic is now yours.
Gracias. All right, we over the sad stuff. Let's go to some love poetry. Or not necessarily love poetry, but lovey poetry. This is called Momentary Distraction. It is a poem that I wrote after walking to breakfast at work one day. I work at a hospital, and I walked across the way, and one of the men that does maintenance on the campus of the hospital, I didn't see his face from a distance. I just saw it was a black man, and I straightened up and got myself right so I could sashay by this man. That's because, and so that's why I wrote this poem. It's called Momentary Distraction. Short poem. There is extra femininity in my stride when I walk by a hard-working black man. It is instinctual. I see him and feel my posture correct. Subconsciously straighten stray locks in anticipation of potential admiration. He may not be my type and I may not be his, but maybe he'll be drawn to my melanin or to my proportions. If I am his type, I want him to enjoy watching as my hips sway freely. I want him to enjoy whoa. Let's circle back. I want him to enjoy as my hips sway freely, to see every jiggle that naturally reverberate with each step, and I don't need to see him watch me walk by to know that he might. So I, with my head held high, I just nod and smile and go on about my business, and him to his. I hope he enjoyed this momentary distraction as much as I did. That's that piece. That's short behind poem, and I forgot the words. Okay. Next piece. Ooh, Jill Scott. Everything is Jill. I love me some Jill. So this poem is kind of based or inspired by my favorite Jill Scott song ever, He Loves Me. It's called Especially. We've been in the background of each other's lives for longer than you knew, because I have always known you. Through life's phases and changes, I never thought there would be a day that your lips touched my lips, but here we are, creating an amazingly beautiful love story. Pinky promising forever together. And though I don't know exactly where life is taking us, I will happily follow you anywhere, in any weather, because you make me so happy. Provide the reprieve that I need from the weight of the world that have always been on my shoulders. Always confirming, like the tattoo on my arm affirms, all you must hold on to is you. You reassure me that I'm worthy of a kind of love that I never thought existed. Nakupenda immensely, and so intensely, purposely, and intentionally, we are everything that love is meant to be. Your touch reaches parts of me that only you can see. I am so consumed by you and intrigued by you. Every day I pray the best for you because you love me, especially different hits. So different now because I will only ever experience, especially with you. That's that piece. Whew. All right. Last poem. Just because I feel like our host tonight has kind of sort of conjured up the spirit of yams, I will do an erotic poem. All right, let's see which one I'm gonna do though. I'll do this one. Yeah, stay on screen for me. Okay. Pakram, how do you like your dick sucked? Wait. You gotta give me a second because I wasn't ready for the face. Wait.
Hold on, wait. You can't go just ask me that shit. Ooh-wee.
Now I got to pull the poem up because I can already tell with your face on the screen. I'm gonna get distracted.
Ooh-wee. That's how we started 2026.
We ready?
Intellectuals. I like that. An attentive woman. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's start over. Pakram, how do you like your dick sucked? Because this mouth feels like pussy walls and I don't mind my forehead slapping against your stomach while I cup your balls. So tell me, hands or no hands? Would you believe that a shy girl like me will gargle and swallow every inch of your meat? I want to smother, cover, and cap that dick, then lap you up, pushing you further down my throat when you try to back up. Your moans and groans simply fuel the demon inside of me, so I will gawk, and glurp, until you explode. Yes, Daddy, please let me lighten your load because this is not a chore for me. This is my duty, and it be calling me. I need to taste you on the tip of my tongue because this mouth was made to know exactly how to make you come. I need a female name. Let's go with Dara. Dara, tell me how you like your pussy. I'm asking you now while you can still say words that make sense because when my mouth is full of you and my tongue is turning tricks that trigger your faucet, you won't be able to form them. I want you to glide your pussy across my face until it is glazed like a hot and ready dozen. I need your scent to linger on my lips and fingertips, sending synapses spinning with memories of my hands gripping your hips. I heard that you're a hard nut to crack, but I've been blessed to give the best head and I will swallow every drop of your release. So now tell me, how do you want me? Do you want me over here? Do you want me over there? You want me on the floor or do you want me in a chair? Just know that yams will give you anything you can handle. Poem. All right. I'll take it. All right. Thank you.
You done lost your goddamn mind.
What I do?
It ain't what you did, it's what you didn't do yet. You don't just be making invitations and shit. The Dara over there about to have a damn seizure. I wish y'all could have seen her face Like I was trying my hardest to bring her on the stage, but I ain't want to like fuck no the buttons up. But I wish you could have saw her face. She was over there going through it. Like,
that was my first erotic poem. I did an erotic slam in 2024, and that was my first like erotic poem I ever performed.
This woman said, Paul Cram, and my ass thinking the poem ain't start out, huh? You like your dick stuck. What? Huh? Shit. Whew. All right.
Thank you.
Well,
yes, sir.
I'm still trying to, cool. So for people that want to hear you live, in your face, so that they can actually see you, and that while you doing while you spitting your pieces, won't you tell us what you got going on? You got a few things going on right now. Dar, just click one and let's talk about it real quick.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Explain this to us.
All right. So I mentioned my nonprofit. PEACE is an acronym. It stands for Poetry, Entertainment, Arts, Community, and Education. It's a 501c3 based in Columbia, South Carolina. We do a lot of things, but this Saturday we have a youth art workshop at Hyatt Park. The address is there. It is free. So if you are in or around Columbia, South Carolina, please come through. If you have middle school kids, we ask that you stay with them. High school kids, drop them off for 2 hours. We'll have an open mic. We'll have an artist, a visual artist that is there to facilitate the art workshop. It'll be a good time. Every other month in 2026, I will be hosting Elevated Sundays with Shai Moonlight at Lux Life Event Space. It's only $5 to get in the door. We got open mic, erotic poetry, comedy shows, singers. Our bartenders there are amazing. There are vendor opportunities at every show. In this month, so used to saying next month or in January. We are in January. January 18th, we are having our Greek and Social Org Slam. I am a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and we are, me and Bugsy Calhoun are co-hosting. It is a peace event as well for our nonprofit, a slam for all Greek and Social Organization members. $400 prize to the winner, $30 to register. So that's Divine Nine, non-Divine Nine, military sororities, Masons, Order Eastern Stars. Everybody is welcome. Come through and slam and vibe with us. We're going to be strolling and showing out all night. Oh, there you go. I got ahead of myself.
Yeah, she just talked about that, but let's go to the next
yes. Oh, yeah. Next month, February 20th in Columbia, I will, just kind of similar to one of the shows y'all have coming up at the end of the month. Poetry, painting, and pole dancing. So there'll be some exhibits and demonstrations happening. Yams, the erotic poetess, will be in the building. Okay. I'm working on some new erotic pieces for it right now. That's actually my birthday weekend. That's 3 days after my birthday. So come out and celebrate with your girl. Yes. Also next month in Raleigh, North Carolina, I'll be a part of the Foreplay North Carolina Erotic Slam at Carmen's Cuban Cafe and Lounge. I have a link. You can get a Yams ticket. Hit me. It'll be posted all up and through my page.
Whew. Oh, well. Can you please let everybody know where they can follow you on your social medias?
You can follow me on Facebook at Shai Moonlight, exactly like it's spelled here. You can also follow my main page, which is Brittany, Brittany, Shai Moonlight, no space, Jones. That's my main page. I'm also at The Shai Poet on everything else. Instagram, Threads, I almost said Twitter. I'm not on Twitter. Instagram, Threads. TikTok, I am the Shai Poet. You go follow. I can't play with you because you go follow me up. I already see.
Man, like I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. To you.
Sorry, I got excited.
I'm not gonna lie to you at all. I'm gonna click that X link.
I'm not on X.
I don't.
That just means I don't Never mind. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much.
We'll talk later. We're gonna talk later. I'm
Offline.
gonna get the link.
Ain't no link to get. No.
Oh man, I had fun tonight, bro. This
So
was
did I.
exciting. This was great, man. I am so thankful that you accepted the invitation to come out to PenTellectual, man. You are an amazing artist, a very, very fun person, man. I can't wait to actually meet you, man. You dope as fuck.
Thank you so much for having me, especially being the first guest of 2026. I'm honored. Thank you.
No
Dara,
doubt.
you I love you, Dara girl. Y'all fun people.
Dara going through it right now. She just lifted her hands. I don't know what it was, but I'll question her about it later. She did this just now, but they came from like this, so I don't know. She was like this, and then she did that, so I don't know what she was doing. I'm gonna leave it at that, though. All right, so we'll go ahead and drop you down real quick. You can stay after the show is over in a moment. Oh man, that was a fun first episode of 2026, season 2 with PenTellectual Conversation. Huzzah! If y'all never saw the show The Great, you will not understand that. All right, so I keep hearing new year, new me. But I don't really think that's the right term. I think it's more about, like, instead of trying to become someone else, it's about finally taking who you already are seriously. 2026 is not the year we get comfortable because our friends told us we're dope. This is the year that we get uncomfortable enough to prove it to people who don't even know us. This is the year we take our art seriously, our health seriously, our craft seriously, and most importantly, ourselves seriously. If your art matters to you, it deserves discipline. It deserves growth. Man, it deserves rooms you've never walked into yet. So wherever you are right now, keep creating, keep showing up, and keep expanding. 2026 isn't about a new you. It's about a truer you, finally standing on business. This is Paul Cram, the poet, and host of PenTellectual Conversations, where dope poetry, deep dialogue, and unapologetically real energy always resides. And for the first one of 2026, we are.
Thank you for vibing with us. We hope tonight's conversation inspired a creative spark in you. So go out and show the world who you really are. And we'll see you next time on PenTellectual Conversations.